Well, hello everybody. I'm your host, Dan Lauzon, and welcome to Veterans Corner. We've got a great show lined up for you today. And I want to tell you a little bit about this show. This show is about veterans with disabilities. And it's also a show about musicians and music. Today we hit the mother lode. We have a veteran and he plays music. Singer, songwriter, Mr. Vince Campbell. We'll see him shortly. Now, I mentioned that veterans with disabilities, mainly PTSD. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. And according to its definition, it is a mental health disorder that can develop after an individual experiences or observes shocking, scary, or dangerous event. Years ago, PTSD was commonly referred to as shell shock, because it was thought to only affect war veterans. However, in recent years, doctors began to realize that PTSD is a condition for both men and women, no matter what age. Just to give you a little bit of background on me, I served in the military for approximately 18 years. I was with the 1st Battalion Royal Canadian Regiment, the 2nd Battalion of the RCR Royal Canadian Regiment, and the 3rd Battalion of Royal Canadian Regiment. And I also served with the Airborne Regiment. Now with the 1st Battalion Royal Canadian Regiment Charles Company, we served in the Gulf War when it started. And then right after that, I was posted to the Airborne Regiment, and we went to Somalia, Africa during that tour. Now, I suffer from PTSD. And there's so many things that I went through. And I'll give you some of the symptoms. Feeling sad or anxious. Angry at the whole world. Lack of joy or interest in things that you previously enjoyed. That was a big one, because after I got out of the forces, I'm a musician. And I didn't touch a guitar or anything for 10 years. Use of alcohol. I used to be a really, really good NCO. And then when I was, well, even before I was diagnosed with PTSD, I was going downhill. I used alcohol as a way of means to numb the feeling. I would go to bars, look for a fight, and not fight back. Another feeling that I went through was guilt and flashbacks. I would get flashbacks about an incident that occurred and what I went through. Now, PTSD doesn't just affect the person or the soldier. It also affects family members. And the people we love the most are the ones we hurt the most. But there is help out there. There is hope. But the big thing about that is you gotta want that. You gotta want to help yourself. And it's your family that's going to notice that there's a big difference in you. I know if it wasn't for my wife, actually she left a letter on the kitchen table, and she said, basically, she said, if you don't get help, we're through. So I decided to, that's when I decided to see some doctors. And that's when I was diagnosed with PTSD. I could talk about PTSD for hours. Maybe I could even do a full show on it. So what we're going to do right now, I mentioned this is a show about veterans and music. So we do have a special guest today. It's Mr. Vince Campbell. And we're going to be talking to him right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vince Campbell.
Hi, this is a song called Black Walls, Black Ceilings. It's a true story. I grew up in Spring, Nova Scotia, and the song's about coal mining. And an individual that was a coal miner in the Spring mines. He did survive the mines, and it's about him and his wife. Black Walls, Black Ceilings. Short man stature, perfect to work the coal mines. Coal, dust, and meth. In his hands, black pump took his life. He sat on a wall in Spring Hill, watching the days go by, thinking of men of the heat. In the mines they would die. Black walls, black ceilings, black floors beneath our feet. It's a devil's lair, lurking thousands of feet underneath. Tell the dragger man, please save me, the air is so dry. Tell my wife I love her, mine won't take me this time. Coal and hung on the belt he wore each day, a light on his weathered helmet from a friend in Collier. He kissed his wife Laura, the ground beneath his feet, off to the pit of hell, where his friends met defeat. Black walls, black ceilings, black doors beneath our feet. It's the devil's lair lurking thousands of feet underneath. Tell the dragon man to save me, the air is so dry. Tell my wife I love her, mine won't take me this time. Joe Connell spent his life working through bumps and borrowed time. A friend was right, a black man was a hero of the mine. Holding his wife's hand, his pile of children passed by, thanking God for saving him from the black lust of the mine. Black walls, black ceilings, black floors beneath our feet. It's the devil's lair lurking thousands of feet underneath. Tell the dragon man, please save me, the air is so dry. And tell my wife I love her, mine won't take me this time.
All about inclusion and really giving everyone a fair say.
Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy.
I am Zach Damon.
It is a pleasure to be here. I am excited. What is up?
We have a great show today.
Jay Stoyan here for the Disability Channel, the world's only inclusive channel for and by persons with disabilities.
Get ready to be inspired, everyone.
We have people watching from all over the world, but also all over Ontario.
We also take a concerted attention in the veterans community.
In moments of stress and trauma, we can get a hold of ourselves.
To help make a difference for people with disabilities, to show people how to love themselves or their disability.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me, giving this platform for myself and other people with disabilities.
Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this episode of the Disability Channel of Detroit. Please tune in next time.
welcome back to Veterans Corner. We have Mr. Vince Campbell here. Vince, that was a great song.
Thank you so much.
And you wrote that when?
4 years ago. It was written for a couple in Spring Hill. They're like grandparents to me, Joe and Laura Como. They have both passed, but the song is a reminder of their kindness. And then, of course, all the people in Spring Hill and the miners. It was an incredible town with history that's so inspiring. So that song came out of it. So yeah.
That's a wonderful song. And now, you're recording that, or did you record it? Or
I recorded that and I put it on Spotify. One of the first songs that I've ever done. So I put it on Spotify, and it's been for the last several years, and just kind of play it and kind of improve on it, and yeah.
And you got a contract?
That song, I did have a 1-year contract for publishing. It was published on a contract for a year, and then they took it off, so I never got signed to a deal with radio, TV, or anything like that. But we could for a movie probably or something at some point.
You know what? It reminds me of down home music. I mean, it is.
It is
down home.
Yeah,
from the East Coast, and it's always been one of my favorite type of music. I can't do it, but you're from there. I mean,
well, Rita McNeil inspiration, of course. Rita McNeil, she was a huge influence to my songwriting also. So, the song kind of fits into that area. But yeah, it's storytelling. That's what it's all about.
It sort of reminds me as well, and I've heard this before from other people that heard you sing from the show we did here 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Right.
That you sound like Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot.
That type of music.
Thank you.
And
I guess I fit in there, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you've written another song about coal mining.
Yes, I have, yeah. The second one. Which one was that? That one was Blackwall, Black City. The other one was My Town is a Coal Mining Town. That's it.
Yes, and then that's another great song. Now you're with an organization that helps veterans. Tell me a bit about this organization. What do you do?
I'm with Veterans for Healing. Veterans for Healing is an organization that basically takes veterans and right from the start with Veterans Affairs to get all your paperwork in order, to help along the way with peer support, to get you the proper medicine that you need. We run the song camps. So we're on a 3rd song camp this August in Inverness in Cape Breton. 6 songs were released along with the opening of the clinic in Sydney, June 5th.
Yeah, your grand opening, right?
Grand opening. So we'll have 6 songs released plus the grand opening of the clinic. And we have about 2,000 veterans on board already.
Now, do all these veterans, are they all musicians?
No, not all of them. This is led by Fabian Henry. He's a fearless leader, and he's a really cool guy. But his inspiration, and he motivates us to do more, to get out there and to engage with the public, and to just try to be a better person for our families and everybody. So, you just repeat that question you asked me. I forget now.
Actually, I'll just go on to another question. Fabian is the founder.
Fabian's founder of Veterans for Healing. Yes.
And your grand opening is June 5th?
June 5th, yes.
June 5th. And how did Fabian get this started?
We connected through, we both kind of had the same idea. We just hadn't met each other. And he was connected to me through Songwriting with Soldiers in Nashville. Because we had a program going to start in Ontario with take veterans, take the story, put it in a song, write professionally, record it, and put it out on airplay. And when we down there mentioned Fabian's name, as a gentleman from Cape Breton, a veteran, so I connect with Fabian. We're right on the same page. We met in Toronto. He flew up, and next thing you know, the first song camp was started, and we have a great team of ambassadors and workers that are passionate about doing what they do for others. And,
Now, this Veterans for Healing deals with music. It's like, am I correct?
Part of it is music, but wellness and healing. From doing not just song dance, but there's yoga, there's meditation. With 4 pillars of healing, different steps. We have our own, psychologists and our own doctors also.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So it's a complete package for veterans that especially the transition out of the military to go, sign up with Veterans for Healing and get in touch with Fabian, and he'll set the path along. He has a few other guys working with him there that are part of the SOM camps, and they're passionate about helping veterans. Also, they're veterans, also combat veterans. So he's doing great things down there, and I'm super excited. And we're just watching you grow and have a good team of like-minded people that are making the change for veterans, across the country.
So would you consider music sort of like therapy?
Music as much as therapy as anything else that I can't think of anything better than music for therapy. For me, it's been incredible as in take your mind off rumination, kind of escape to another world, a story that's a true story maybe, if you want to write a story. But it's really a way to escape and to take your mind off a lot of the torment that you've suffered. And for me, it's ruminating. I'm a terrible ruminator. I have to keep my mind busy all the time. So writing songs and taking courses and just learning about the music industry with other songwriters.
What I do for my therapy, when I know that I could feel it like a few days before when I'm going to start crashing. I ride a motorcycle, and I ride with a bunch of military guys, or I'll ride alone. If I just want to be alone and by myself, just collect my thoughts, I'll go out for a long ride, and then I come back from a ride. I'm great. In the winter when I can't ride,
that's your freedom.
It's music, 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 and I have a studio at my place downstairs, and 90% of the time, my buddy and I are writing music, recording music, bringing songs out. It's fantastic. And you know what? And speaking of health, I just want to bring this out here, right here. Veterans Affairs has an emergency helpline. If you have a problem and just need someone to talk to, there is a veteran emergency helpline that you can call. Everything is confidential. The number should be on the bottom right here, okay? It is 1-800-268-7708, the Veterans Affairs Crisis Emergency Line. Now, the other thing I want to bring up is if you want to find out more about the Disability Channel, go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. You can watch it on Sirius XM 167, Bell 168, Your TV 700, and Toronto Star. You know what? I can't wait. I'm going to have to bring it back because there's so much more I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
But we're running out of time. So we'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Dave Stevens for the Disability Channel.
An inability to break out. I'm sitting by the door on the second floor, losing my 7-year war. It's not an illusion, so why the exclusion?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's about you. So.
You say you're a disability dynamo.
Joining me, and welcome to this beautiful Travelers Championship.
I only want one accolade from you.
So my story is unique, it's amazing, but it's not anything that you guys don't have inside of you. I'm not a hero, I'm not anybody special. I'm just this guy without legs that went out, and I just did it.
Stats outweigh the Democrats, the diplomats, and the bureaucrats.
This is probably your first interview down on the ground on your butt and stuff like
First
that?
time ever,
All
baby.
right.
Eliminate and validate and validate and validate.
Stay with us and the Disability Channel.
And we're back. Vince, I wanted to ask you a question of if you ever have you ever gone to the Royal Canadian Legion for help?
Yes, I have. They've come to my house for helping. Yeah. 3 members when I was
From the Legion?
From the Legion.
Really?
So yeah, they incredible. So that's why I joined the Legion. Wow, it's incredible. It's not just talk; they're there to help. And they're incredible people, especially in my situation, Claremont, Ontario Legion. They're passionate about what they do, and what they said they do. So. Yeah,
I'm a firm believer in the Royal Canadian Legion. I am the vice president, the veteran service officer. Now, the veteran service officer, they're the ones who are going to help you when you go to the Legion. For instance, if you need help with the paperwork for Veterans Affairs, if you're having a problem with Veteran Affairs, the veteran service officer can call them with you there and get permission from you for them to talk to them about you on their behalf. And we also have what we call a Poppy Fund, and that is money that is brought in the month of November, just before the Remembrance Day parade. I want to put this out. All the money that is collected for Remembrance Day goes directly to the Poppy Fund. Those funds are not used for anything but veterans. For instance, just an example, if you have a hearing problem and Veterans Affairs won't cover your expenses for a hearing aid, your veteran service officer is going to help you with paperwork so that you can get some hearing aids. Or it could be anything, just go to the Legion. You don't have to be a member. You go out there and they'll be more than happy to help you. Another thing I want to talk about just before we sign off. I want to talk to you about the employment program that the TDC has for veterans and people with disabilities. If you're currently on EI benefits or have been on EI within the last 5 years, and are you interested in digital production? Are you looking to expand your current media skills? Keep your EI benefits while you gain work experience in creating accessible media content for the Disability Channel. Speak to your Service Canada representative or send us your resume and tell us why you would be interested in joining us to produce videos and podcasts for veterans-related stories, and it's a good course. It's a really good course, and it's free. Okay, free to veterans. This is a part-time program, and it's 3 days per week, and we have a course starting this month on April 18th, and I believe you're on that course.
Yep.
So it's a long course.
Yeah.
3 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. So, I'm really looking forward to it. So, on behalf of TDC, Jay Stoyan, and all the staff that are here producing this show, I want to thank you very, very much for coming here today.
So, my pleasure. That's what I do. So, spread the word, and we can help each other out through what we do.
Exactly.
Music, songwriting.
Nothing better. Okay, what we're going to do now is Vince is going to take us out with the next song. Thank you for watching Veterans Corner.
We can't see them, doesn't mean they don't care. Seems like when we're down, we become aware. Feather on your doorstep, a chill like in the fall. Reflected in your mirror, Dad's words when he calls. sometimes. They need a warm breeze to lift the wings to fly high. Even angels get the blues sometimes. A smile of kindness makes so high birds can fly. Gold and silver won't make a rich man. We do our best, be kind when we can. Sometimes we're weak and stumble in the snow. Deep inside is what counts, really angels know. Even angels get the blues sometimes. They need a warm breeze to lift their wings to fly high. Even angels get the blues sometimes. A smile, some kindness, make them soar higher than birds can fly. Archangel, shine some light on our souls. The world is trembling, your spirit's taking hold. They're not blind yet, they don't see the light. The truth is in their pockets, reach back and you just might find an angel inside. Yeah, I've been told. Even angels get the blues sometimes.